Dominic is just so incredible in this. I couldn't believe it was his first film role. And there's a lot of other young, talented actors that round out the cast in smaller roles. What do you find most rewarding about working with that kind of next generation of actors and getting to lead by example?
Oh, well, I don't know that my example is actually useful to anybody, but I definitely enjoy working with young guys like that, especially Dominic, who'd never done anything before. So that this sense of like discovery and having a good time. I mean, those guys all became friends and were having a really good time together. And so it's just fun to be around people who are enjoying this thing for the first time that you've gotten jaded about a little bit, you know? So it's like, hopefully it takes off a little bit of the jading for me, and it did, you know, it's fun. I don't think I had anything to teach any of those guys. They're all professional, they're all total pros. And even Dominic, who'd never done anything, just brought a natural kind of professionalism to it.
That's incredible. And I have to ask about Mr. Hunham's eyes. Was that like a contact lens? How was it done? Was it difficult to act with whatever was done?
Tyler, it's a mystery that I can't reveal. It's all just the magic of film and acting. I can't tell you exactly how we did that. I've been sworn to secrecy, sir.
That's fair. The line "You can't even dream a dream" just really stood out to me in the movie. Can you speak to where your character is sort of at the beginning? Because I feel like that's a place where a lot of people wind up in their professional lives later on, where you lose that sort of ambition.
He has, and he sort of has. He can't even, and he's hardened into that thing and sort of convinced himself he didn't even want those things anymore. And then he's put these things beyond himself. I mean, even the sort of sense of this woman who might be attracted to him. I don't know how much he really thinks this is going to happen, you know, to giving up on all that stuff and then tell yourself you never really wanted it. Anyway, it's almost the real tragedy, you know, that he's convinced himself that this is actually where he wants to be. It's sad, very sad.
One thing that's always like impressed me about your work is you always add these little mannerisms and ticks to the characters. Is that something that just kind of naturally comes to you, or are you thinking about that before the time? Like this is how they're gonna act? What's your process like?
I mean, I think they come as I'm preparing for something, I suppose, and then it'll develop as you do the movie too. You know, things will sort of just start to come, and I think I've gotten more willing to just let things come and not try to plan things as much or like try to come up with something. I think I'm just getting a little bit more relaxed about just letting it let come what comes. You know.
I've seen some people kind of see a sadness to the ending for your character. I thought I saw it much more hopeful. I thought it was great to see him moving on and doing something different after being a rut. How do you kind of view your character's endpoint?
I'm actually happy to hear a couple of people, you guys have said that to me, which I find really inspiring because I wasn't sure. I just didn't know. And then I've heard people say, I think he's going to be all right. And I think that's great. Maybe he will. You know, he's not a pushover. He's not a, you know, he's got some guts and he's not, you know, maybe he will be okay. Maybe he will go do these things. Maybe he will meet somebody. I like that. That's nice to hear that people feel that something positive might happen.